Golf in Oklahoma is a very strong challenge because the winds blow your face off. Ooh. Ah. People think it's hard to play golf in Oklahoma because the winds will blow your face off. They say in golf that it's you against the course. But when the weather comes in, then the golf course has a defense. And that weather can be rain, it can be wind, it can be lightning, it can be some crazy stuff. So how do we deal with all these things when the weather comes in and starts acting as a strong defense for the course? That's time for us to get offensive. And what do I mean by offensive? Well, it's smart offensive, but it's learning how to attack the course under the right conditions. So when I was at Orlando sitting on the 18th hole on day 3, I watched virtually every group come through and only saw 4 players attack the pin on the back left peninsula of the green. And you could probably guess who 3 of the players were, maybe not the 4th. Player number 1, oh, by the way, stick around to the end so you get the big reveal and you see who I'm pulling for this week. So they had Dustin Johnson, went for it, and he stiffed it and he made a birdie. Phil Mickelson went for it. He went a little long, went over the hill, had to get up and down. Bubba Watson went for it. He fell a little short, had to go up and down. And then there was one other player in the entire field. Everybody was going for the middle of the green. Pat Perez made a birdie on that hole, but he was in the middle of the green and sunk a bomb. Guess who it was? It was James Pyatt. Way to go, James. Okay, so how do you attack it under the right conditions? Well, if you, first off, play wind as if it's into your face, if it's directly into your face, play as if there's a player or somebody standing in front of your face. Do not start the ball straight and try to keep it straight into the wind. You have to work the ball, and the best way to do that is to pick one side and work it back to the other, or pick this side and work it that way. I'm not going to teach y'all how to hit the shots. I'm going to teach you how to play the shots. I think it's much better if you just get in your mind the visualization of what we're trying to accomplish during the shot, that you're going to have much better outcome. Trying to memorize steps and where you got to be at P this and P that and all that other stuff. Let your subconscious do it. It does just fine for getting your fork in your mouth. So what do? Well, if you have wind that's a little bit off to the right, you can use that to your advantage, okay? So play it as a partner whenever you have a crosswind. Don't look at it as a disadvantage. You would hit a shot that would curve into that crosswind if you wanted to take yardage off. If you wanted to add yardage, you could hit a shot that followed that crosswind. So if it was a right to left wind, you could hit a little draw. Now, the one big thing that a lot of people don't think about when they're trying to work the ball, especially in wind, is that I think Dustin Johnson said if you're going to hit a draw, hit a draw. Well, or hit a fade. You cannot start the ball at the target. There's a problem we have in our subconscious. We're staring at the target and we know we're going to hit a draw and we've got our closed stance, but we're still thinking about this target over here. And we come over the top and we hit a terrible shot. Instead, if we now, just like on the putting green, we pick an intermediate target, pick something that's going to have a different start line, we're going to be able to hit the ball and take our normal, free-flowing, natural swing. No problem, right? Then it'll hook like it's supposed to, and it'll end up where it's supposed to. So we've got to make sure that we're going to play the conditions. We'll play them aggressively. If there's a shot with the green, with the wind, you have to be careful, because a lot of times, especially in Oklahoma, the courses are set up so that there's a south wind. So the long holes are always with the south winds, and but the problem is if you get a north wind or an east wind and then you go play that hole, it's very, very difficult. So it's going to be interesting. It looks like the weather could be kind of like this, a little bit cloudy, rainy. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we will chat again. Hopefully I haven't taken up too much of your time. Thanks a lot, Eric. I mean, we're looking at a Reader's Digest drama in real life. I know it just started raining out there, but I know a lot of you wanted to stick around for the big reveal. You want to know who we're pulling for this weekend up at Tulsa? High Flyers, man. Go High Flyers. Yay, James Pyatt.